We'll wait for everyone to get in here, and then we are good to go. So just kill this thing.
Go get them. Another.
Actually, we can keep going. So, for the pre-event, it's very unfun, but you get the chance at a 300 gold items. So let's go. Actually, I think 200. All we're gonna do is capture I think 4 points, wherever these rifts are at, and then you guys will have to kill some ads afterwards. But just run from each zone to the next. If you have any knocks, you can knock them out to speed this up.
And now his attempt to drain our leyline can be put to
That's
the
refreshing. You're not exactly a djinn, I take it. What are you? Protected.
I was made by the Jinn as the first foundation stone was laid.
We heal as one.
Sharper still.
So, how's everyone's day going?
I feel energized.
Good, just had some lunch.
How very satisfying.
Fun. I had a slice of cauliflower pizza, which
How was that?
my sister convinced me. She's like, "You're not going to know the difference." You very much know the difference.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it was bad, because it wasn't like box cauliflower pizza, but it wasn't pizza. I'm just gonna go out and offend the French and say it tasted like a savory crepe.
You know, I expected the legendary Adashim barrier to be stronger.
Well, just the crust kind of tasted like a crepe, so.
To me, it just tasted really soggy when I tried it.
Mine wasn't soggy, thankfully.
Hmm?
Thankfully, mine wasn't soggy.
Well, good for you, because it's always like very soft when my sister makes it.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. Stack and one DPS that wants to be lazy, come stand at arrow. You protect Glenna. Everyone else follow me. And hop on your bunny! If you don't have it, Raptor's
I
fine.
feel like these
but-
rifts are just waiting to spit out more bad guys.
There's gonna be a ad that spawns here, and it's gonna have a break bar, which we're going to try and break as soon as that break bar comes, just by pressing 1 to do it. If you don't have Bunny, Raptor 1 works, it's just not as good.
Okay, walk me through it. Guys, buy us time.
So don't do it immediately, wait for it. And here we go. And CC it. And now kill it.
Rising. That feels better.
And by the way, over at Arrow, you guys are protecting Glenna. If she dies, we have to restart all of this. Alright, then follow me. As we walk by, go ahead and cleave any ads just to make their life easier.
Protected. Give up
But
yet?
we're gonna keep moving. Alright, next ad, right here. I don't remember him being this far away.
Another. You can't stop me.
How's Glenna doing? She's looking a little low. You can heal her.
I healed her a little bit.
Alright, then we come kill this champion brand and then it's done. CC it. I'll be right back. I'm getting real nervous about that Glenna. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that.
Look at this. So pretty.
Take
And
me
we're
to
done.
the fountain up ahead. It will restore me.
We're inside Anashim. Our once-in-a-lifetime chance to see Jinn in their natural habitat.
Does
The Jinn are not an exotic species.
is anyone
for
here
foreigners to study, little scholar.
only have done one of the
Remember,
bosses?
you are but
I'm just
guests
curious
in this house.
because it doesn't. You can start on
Well,
either
magically speaking, your house
Air
seems to
or
be
Earth
listing to
Gen,
the side. I'm getting
and I'm
wildly unstable
indifferent on
winds
which one.
here.
I usually start
Shouldn't the
Adina because
Cardinals be trying to
she's kind of the
stabilize
harder
city?
one
Kadim killed
to learn.
Father and Fire.
So I like to dedicate more time to her. But if someone's only seen Adina, then I would like to start on Sabir.
But do not concern yourselves. It is a Jinn affair.
Well, given the crowds of living
But you have
Jinn
plenty of
out
time
there,
to
I'd say
decide
we're your
because we
best
have
option.
some RP to listen to. You haven't seen any? Alright.
Wonderful.
One
Now
of the
be
bugs
on
couldn't
your-
get in Discord. I relinked it for him.
Whole again, are we? How did you like being cast aside? The fate of Jin
Alright.
decided by
Then we'll wait here, and if you want to look funny, you can
Just
quickly
because you stole
sky
that
scale
chair does not mean the
and
seat at the table
grab
belongs
onto
to
this.
you.
Your other
Specifically the door.
My domain will rise from the rubble. Be ready to bow to meet the world that comes after.
What'll happen if he succeeds in draining the ley line completely?
Bunch of butterflies on the wall.
Devastation. Adashim will fall. A void of corruption will spread to every Jinn and beyond. To nature itself.
Okay. So, really suboptimal for all of us? How do we restore the power balance?
Air and earth. Both traders must be
It is a really
disciplined.
long
Those
RP.
held on the ley line can be
I mean, it's like actually a 2 or 3 minute RP. Alright. And now we're standing on nothing.
Good luck. I'll see if I can get the key to open up a little more. It'll be just like talking to my great aunt kiddo, only I'm less likely to get whacked with a
Alright.
who are
So we're just going to ignore this pre-event, and we're just going to come up here and quickly kill a thing up that's about to spawn. It may down one of us if our DPS is a little slow, but it didn't. Okay.
Fury rising.
Kadim will seal the rightful supremacy of Jin. Our power will shake the very mountains.
Your alliance with Kadim is tearing your city apart.
What he destroys,
Rip.
I shall rebuild.
Alright, I shall be over here then. Okay, so welcome to Adina. I need 2 people to stand behind each of the pillars. Do not enter the center area or you will pull the fight. I need everyone to spread out. I need a friend over on square.
We got to.
Oh, you guys got 2. Okay, so welcome to Adina. So if you, or the first most important mechanic are these pillars that you see. And they're just going to be an ongoing mechanic throughout the fights. So if you look underneath her, you'll notice some mossy stone. So what's going to happen is when we start the fight, she is going to target all of us with this stone dagger, and after a moment, she's going to throw the dagger and downstate everyone. How you stop this is you line a sight breaker right behind the stone pillar. The stone pillar is going to take the dagger for you, and after it takes 2 daggers, it's going to break. We'll then go back to DPSing her, and then Adina is going to select the 5 furthest people from her. And they are going to get an AoE under them that they need to run out of the group, wait for it to expire, and then run back into the group. This is known as pylon kiting, or pillar kiting. So I need 1 person at each pillar to start jumping meaning that you are going to be my pillar kite. Person at star, it is going to be you because I am tanking. Alright, so all this entails is, you see that mossy area I brought up earlier? Don't step on it. That way you can just know that you are the furthest from the boss. I am going to be standing, like, right here, keeping her face southward. Everybody else, I want you on the other end of her, as close as you can be without being in front of her. And then everybody else, you're just going to not stand on the mossy area. You'll want to still be close to the boss, that way you're receiving boons, especially if you're in my subgroup. But yeah, just don't be the closest to the boss. People that are not pillar kiting, if for whatever reason, maybe you weren't listening, maybe, or you weren't standing in the correct position, maybe somebody who was pillar kiting was standing in the wrong position, but there might be times where you get a pillar. Do not freak out. Just run it out of group. Do not run it in front of Adina. Just run it anywhere that is kind of safe and not next to another pillar kiter. So then when we go to our stone dagger the second time, everybody is going to go back to where they originally started. Everyone at arrow will always go back to arrow. Everyone at circle will always go back to circle, etc. Any questions on pillars? This is the hardest part of the fight, and I'm not even joking.
You explained the pillar kiting again?
Yeah, so are you a pillar kiter?
I am.
Don't touch the mossy center area.
So just don't be in the center?
Yeah, you want to be one of the 5 furthest people away from Adina. And so the easiest way we do that is we just have the people that aren't pillar kiting be in that mossy area, so that way you always know that they're going to be closer to Adina than you.
Gotcha.
All right. Any other questions on that?
Yeah, with pillar, because I know I've done this once, but I'm not good at it. Like, can you? I know there's at some points gaps. Should you jump across the gaps to put pillars in the right place? Or?
Yeah. So later in the fight, the floor is gonna change. You basically. So for example, let's say that I have it, and there, and there are. There's a hole in the floor. And I drop mine right here. I can actually just come back here when I need to line of sight, and I'm just standing right over there. Or even, you can kind of just like hide behind it. It has a very large hitbox for doing that. So it's not you don't have to worry too much about it. As long as you are not dropping it back here, you're fine. And more importantly, as long as you're not dropping it on group. So when it comes up, anybody who's on the tile that it's coming up is going to die. If 2 kiters place them right next to each other, they're going to destroy each other, and you'll only have 1. Additionally, when they come up, the tiles adjacent get hit by a blinding wave. So you just want to drop them behind or out of the group, but still that way you can go back to them. Any other questions? All right, cool. So, what were you saying?
Did you cover pillar merging at all?
I didn't.
Okay. Don't know if you want to.
We'll deal with that on the fly. I said that they do merge if you're too close to each other, but we're not going to assign any merging.
Okay.
So, once we get her down to 75%, she is going to phase, and she is going to place 2 sand walls, kind of similar to what Sabbatha does, except it's going to be on both sides of her, and it's going to rotate exactly 1 degree. But this one's going to run counterclockwise. After the end of it, we're meeting up at Spiral to beat up some hands. Now, normally, actually, we do have a Revenant. Revenant, my friend. I deeply apologize, but I am going to nerf your damage, and I would appreciate it if you could bring Centaur stance for this fight, as it is very important for us clearing this boss fight. I'll be honest, I don't know Vindicator too well to know if you drop Shiro or Luxic or Kurzit. I don't remember what that's actually called. I believe you still, because on Renegade you drop Shiro for it. So I think you still would drop Shiro stance. But anyway, so what you are going to do is it's this time you're going to swap to Centaur stance and throw up a bubble, and which deletes all incoming projectiles. You'll place it over at Spiral once the hand comes up. The reason for this is two hands are going to appear. One over by Spiral, the X on the other side of the room in between Heart and Square. And they're each going to throw some stuff at you. The first one is Erosion, and whoever gets hit by it takes a stacking increase amount of damage. We kill the one with Erosion first, because if I get too many stacks of Erosion, I'm just going to straight up die to Adina. The second hand throws a knockdown projectile, which can be dodged, but often people like to quit or just use bubble to protect it. So you'll place it on Spiral, then eventually move it over to Heart as we move. You want to preemptively move it. Is this making sense to you? Not really. Okay, so have you ever used Centaur stance before? Okay, so it's a heal stance, but you don't need to worry about it too much. You'll basically just swap into it, use your weapon skills, and then for energy, and you can totally just ignore your 6 through 0, and then you'll swap back for your DPS rotation. Now, when we get to the hands, you're going to use one of your utility skills, depending on which order you place them. That's, what is it? Rev, Bubble, Billboard 2. Hold on, I'm trying to find what it's actually named. Protective Solace, yeah. So you're going to use that to make that bubble. You can then move your tablets to essentially deny projectiles in a different... You'll save all your energy for keeping up Protective Solace for as long as you can. If that makes sense. Yep, you can even move it when the bubble's up, too. Mm-hmm. And that is actually why you are brought, or why a Revenant is needed for this fight. There's some janky ways you can do it without a Revenant, but it's pretty much the easiest way to learn it. Most commonly this is done by the Alack Rev, but now that Mechanist exists, there's not always an Alack Rev. Mechanist can do the same thing, but it's really, really wonky because sometimes the Mechanist just does its own thing, and there's no projectile disruption around the group. But anyway, does it kind of make
Just
a little more
mech.
sense now? The first time you need to do it, it's really not that big of a deal. It's only that big of a deal in the last 25% that things get really bad. But I've talked for far too long. Let's go ahead and do a poll. One last thing I would like to add is start mounted. However, don't start on your roller beetle. Alright, here we go. Reason we start mounted is that does some damage to us. Alright, and now we go DPS. Remember, do not be on the south side of the boss, or else you'll be hit by some things.
Sharp blade, sharp mind. Rocket punch.
Alright, we want them a little bit closer to your original marker, that way it helps your partner find out. Alright, let's go ahead and GG. I saw 3 got dropped over by Heart. I'm wondering if that was because one of the baiters didn't get theirs, or...
I did mine.
Okay. Then you need to be further away from the boss. And people need to be closer to the boss. I pretty much want whoever is not baiting to be standing, like, right there. One last word of note for dropping pylons. For my arrow and star people, try not to drop it too close to in the south, because Adina, we'll just GG. Adina has a cone attack that if she hits it, it removes stacks of it. It wasn't too big of an issue there, but it could have been if you didn't know about it.
When I'm dropping the pillar, like where the marker is that okay or no?
Yeah, where the marker is completely fine.
Cool.
Specifically the marker you started on. I don't want anyone dropping it over by spiral.
No.
And certainly not on triangle.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Drop it on triangle.
Triangle will literally wipe the raid.
What downed me that first time?
I wasn't checking.
I am my.
Maybe you'll think twice next time.
You died before. Oh, hold on, I'll get back to that.
That's refreshing.
Alright, so we're gonna have to run to our pillars. Look away from her, or you're gonna be blinded and take some damage. That's probably what downed you first. Alright, so we have 3 people around a pillar.
Feel my wrath.
Weird.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Make sure we're picking our friend up.
Slice them apart.
Okay, so people that are pillar baiting, you then can run a lot closer. So then run to your marker.
I like to make you work moves.
We're just gonna continue.
Those are the pillar baiter for circle.
Yep, we're just gonna go to 75%. Alright, out of the hitbox. Out of the hitbox. Watch out for those arrows. Alright, we're meeting up on Spiral. You want to look cool, you can dodge the shockwave of this. That's specifically the things that hit the ground. So bubble up. Oh, that's what the bubble's for. Okay, and now we move it. Move the bubble over here. Perfect. And make sure you are always standing in that bubble. Okay, and now it's GG. So, did anyone have any questions on the first quarter of the fight?
With the pylons, is it okay if... Oh, I don't have tag. Is it okay if, like, you put it really close, like... Can't go in... So you
Too
see,
close to the group and you're gonna blind the group?
like... I'm trying to think of how to say that, because I can't go in and show. You see directly in front of the square pylon, you see that middle, like, lighter one? Would that be too close?
That's too close.
Okay.
Because if anyone is standing right there, you just blinded and or killed them.
Okay.
And you probably will blind somebody right there. Literally just drop it on your marker.
Okay.
Come then. You won't live to see Kadim's dominion. or
You started the fight
mine.
damaged, then you
That feels
were
better.
not mounted.
A wonderful combination.
Alright, our pylons are slightly off. We'll have to make in a direction. Okay, head to your pylons.
That one almost looked like somebody stole one.
Yeah, we didn't have someone go to Arrow. Sorry for hitting you.
Sharper still, and fast as the wind.
Alright, head to your markers.
I need healing. Seriously.
Cool, cool. Now, I didn't mention the Hershey Kisses on the floor, out of the hitbox, but don't ever touch the Hershey Kisses on the floor.
Blend of talents.
We're meeting up at Spiral after one full rotation of this. So people on over by Heart, you're actually already done. Try and dodge the wave of like moving tiles, bubble up.
That feels better.
Cool, cool. Make sure you're standing in the bubble.
Sharp blades, sharp iron.
Alright, move the bubble.
You've been struck.
Perfect. Alright. And we continue. So, fight exactly the same, but now we get like a kunai, or like Ninja Star
Sharper still.
shape now.
Stole
That's
the-
it.
Just, someone stole mine.
It's fine, you guys will need to adjust.
Square
We're
comes
slightly
spiral.
too early.
Square comes spiral.
Bang to your markers.
Sharp blades,
Great wisdom.
Square I got.
Ow! Alright, GG. I don't play Scrapper a lot, and I didn't think Function Gyro canceled any channeled animations. I learned it did, and so
It does indeed.
I did get knocked back into 3 Hershey Kisses in a row, and it just it downed me. Here's a good moment to now that there's kind of holes in the floor, is to talk about the quicksand. If you ever fall into the quicksand, it's going to blind you and do a lot of damage pretty quickly to you. However, as long as you don't panic, it is going to bounce you up automatically. So if you ever fall in, try your best to avoid spamming jump, because it will kind of glitch the game out and you won't always bounce. But if you just sit there, it will always bounce you right back up. Now, one last thing of note. Adina is not a perfectly well-made fight, and there are some... Once the fight starts, it will bounce you back up. Right now, it's just normal quicksand. They'll instantly kill you.
Yeah, I learned that now.
Yeah, sorry. Adina is not a perfectly bug-free fight, and if you are ever gliding, and let's say your little toes is below the floor level, just like any amount of you, and then a floor pillar, or whatever we're standing on, comes up from a phase changing, you will go through the floor and not be able to get out, so you'll be stuck in the floor. My advice is just always jump and kind of glide when you're moving over any of these, and to try not to swap tiles when we are phasing, whether that be waiting for spiral or any of that, or coming back from killing all the hands. But yeah, make sure you start mounted, and we'll give it another poll.
Come then. You won't live to see Kadim's dominion, or mine.
Sicko.
Another.
He stole mine again.
You need to be standing further back then.
I keep getting pushed forward and I can't get back in time with my skills.
A wonderful
Alright, head to your marker.
Square, go to spiral. Or not.
Make sure we pick them up.
Thank you.
Another. Fast as the wind. Smash them.
Make sure we're picking people. Oh, you. Alright, you will not be able to save them. Oh, you did. Head to your markers.
You had no faith. That guy I couldn't save though.
Alright, let's go ahead and GG. So, friendly reminder, getting close to the boss is really nice. However, make sure you never run through the boss. Because I haven't really explained the things that I'll explain tanking. So, Adina has an auto attack and then 2 skills that you have to watch out for if you ever tank this fight. One is going to be, well, first is her auto attack. She attacks in a cone. If you're not standing in the correct position, or arrow or star placers too close, you have to adjust slightly. That way the cone is not going to hit the pillars. The next thing that she does is she'll place a bunch of Hershey Kiss style mines right behind whoever is the tank. And then her last ability is a cone knockback attack. And then she'll try and knock you into those spikes. So Riggs, that's what happened to you. Headbutt clipped. Oof. Yeah, so you never want to get hit by that if your DPS is running through. I'm just blocking that attack is how I'm dealing with it, and not. But there are ways where you place the mines side to side, dodge, or dodge the knockback attack last second. Pretty much the best in slot tank for this right now is... It was heal heal Ren. However, I would imagine since heal Vindicator is just heal Rev but better, that's probably what it is now.
There we go. Waiting for them out.
Come then. You won't live to see Kadim's
Protected.
dominion. Or mine.
Also, I see a lot of people that are pylon cutting, super spread out. You still want to come in for boons.
For the record, you've been struck.
So, like, AFK, you are, like, super far, and you are not getting any of your friends' boons.
I was rooted.
So head to your markers.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
What are you guys all taking damage from? I'm noticing that some people are low when they go in. I see like a quarter of you are just standing in front of Adina. Alright, we phased.
I've already risen above the Cardinals of water and fire. There is no more than chess.
Also, if you come closer to Adina, it makes your life, like, way easier. And you don't have to run as fast. So bubble up. Stand in that tablet bubble.
Sharper still.
Moving across. I'm leaving you guys.
There's one to remember me by.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Blade storm.
Nice.
History is mine.
Head to your marker. This one might only have one. Nope, we're fine.
That was a
Fury
rev.
rising.
Alright, we are going to continue.
Nice.
Alright, so now we're at the fun part where you'll notice that we have a bunch of these pillars. Now these pillars actually do damage increasing to me for however many are standing up. So we're at the point where I'm going to start asking people to have them merge. So can I have my square and my heart just stand next to each other so that way I don't die?
Another.
Oh, well, we didn't merge any of those.
There was an attempt.
I'm going to go down here.
That's refreshing. I'm up. I'm up.
I don't even think we're going to be able to phase. We're going to keep going. I need everyone to merge.
Dodge this.
This hurts quite a bit. We're not doing any merges. Try and get 2 DPS in.
You will be blinded by the brilliance
That G
of
marker.
my eyes.
So what I say when merge is you guys should be standing on top of each other when dropping your pylons. That way one destroys the other. And it makes life a lot nicer for me. Perfect. I've been one too many merges, but we have a bunch of things up. Head to your marker.
History is mine.
Your power plate is destroying
Alright,
the
so then we
balance.
have this phase again. However, now we are meeting up at Star. I'll show you or you'll see the reason why after a second. So now we have 4 hands. And we're gonna actually GG. So I might change who's pillar cutting a little bit. But if you're a ranged DPS, you probably should be pillar cutting. So for example, like Turtle,
I'm running the Greatsword because I don't know the one well enough. And Riggs and I already swapped.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Then we'll keep it, but I just want to check my virtuosos are kiting, right? Alright. I wasn't, will do now. Who are you with? Yeah, why don't you pylon kite? That way banners can get in range. Or warrior can get in range. We'll wait for these guys to load back in. It's also worth noting that once you're more comfortable, you can totally have melee classes kite. You basically just run out like right before it spawns, but that requires you doing the raid a bunch. Or if everyone's stacking extremely tight, you can still be within melee range and be the furthest away. Didn't mean to play that. Alright, we'll do a ready check. Give it another pull.
Come then. You won't
Hey,
live
everyone
to
started
see
mounted.
Kadim's dominion or mine.
I am mighty. Maximum pain. Glorious combination of skill.
Alright, to your markers. Markers look a lot cleaner, or pillars look a lot cleaner this time. Good job, everyone. Out of the hitbox? Out of the hitbox? Alright, we are meeting up over at Spiral, which means the people across from me, you can just go to Spiral and be done.
Oops.
Oh!
I clipped it. Pain.
If you want to look cool, dodge the rock wave.
Sharper still.
Stand in the bubble.
Fast as the wind.
And we move the bubble.
You'll be feeling that one for days. Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Alright, pillars out. I just brain farted. That's a little close. I think these only have one charge. I could be wrong. I'm gonna precast a res. Try and res your friends.
Require assistance.
You guys should be resing friends right now. Alright, let's go ahead and GG. I'm gonna move markers a little bit.
Yeah, after the first phase, arrow becomes really tricky. Like, not sure.
So arrow's more of a suggestion.
So just left of it is fine then.
The markers are just so that way it tells your other friend or your pillar friends which one is yours. So for example, let's say I have a square or star here, and I see that the closest thing to star is one right here, and then there's another one right here. Then I know that this one right here is my star that I'm heading to.
Okay.
However, it's really important that you do not drop it behind, or otherwise things like that could happen where I drop Hershey Kisses on yours, or if I don't find a happy medium, I actually just delete your pillar.
Riggs mount, yay.
Come then. You won't live to see Kadim's dominion or mine.
Protected. Fury rising.
Somebody stole mine.
You'll be feeling that one for days.
Alright. As tank, I'm heading to the one at square. So somebody has to adjust differently.
Sharper still.
If there's ever 3 at 1 with tank, somebody has to just take the bullet. And just go down state. Because if tank ever goes down, it's very difficult to res them. Much better about placing.
A wonderful combination.
Out of the hitbox? Out of the hitbox? What I recommend is you just stand really close to Adina, and you just slowly walk. You don't even have to, like... I actually might have killed you, Turtle, with super speed. Just trying to upkeep quickness.
And I hit the...
As I just realized that. I'll try not to give quickness during that.
I mean, I didn't even realize it was super speed.
Alright, and we move.
I'll destroy you all.
You're finished. Protected.
Somebody stole pillar again for tank.
I'm heading to square.
You will be blinded by the
Alright, head to your markers.
rise.
Good job figuring things out. Out of the hitbox? Out of the hitbox.
The balance is outworn.
Alright, remember we're meeting over at square. People on my... Oh! People on my side, you can just stand here. Bubble. Nice, stand in the bubble. Alright, here's where things get difficult. Watch the one across from us and dodge when it throws. For my bubble person, typically what people will do is they'll move it halfway. I didn't really explain that, so no worries. But you guys can totally dodge. So for example, dodge. Alright. So now we're at the Pokeball phase of the fight. Where the boss has a Pokeball. And by that I just mean the floor is shaped like a Pokeball. But yeah, the fight continues as normal. To your markers? What?
Kadeem didn't give her the menagerie, did he?
Oh. Huh. Pillars out. And perfect. That's what you do if you ever have a pillar, is you just clean up old pillars. To your markers. Alright. Don't worry about this. It's done. Oh, really gotta watch out for that. We're meeting over at square or spirals. Or not words are hard where I'm at. I'm wrong. Sorry. Try jumping. Oh, I can't save you anymore.
A troll, but a thing.
Yeah, if you ever get res in the sand, you have to jump. Sorry.
No, I try to jump up the stone thing, moved up at the same time, and knocked me back off.
Alright, and if... Unfortunately, this is likely going to be a wipe, as I have 4 stacks of erosion on me. But we're going to continue, that way I can try to show you the less unique part of this boss. Alright, I need 2 people to merge.
Hey, come here.
You guys are running away from each other? Okay, that's good.
A wonderful combination.
Alright, to your markers. And the person at Star, you can actually just stand like this, and you're totally fine.
Yeah, but I did that once with Clam and it killed me, so.
We need to merge.
Go get them!
Alright, so here's the new addition to this boss fight. Is those hands now actually spawn during this area, and they just kind of give it an additional, like a hidden enrage timer.
I need help. I owe you.
Because now another one's going to spawn at 15%?
Two as one.
I believe it's 15%. And that's the CC hand. And that one's real annoying if you don't have a bubble.
Wonderful combination.
Maybe it's 10%.
Breathe. Little help. Thank you.
Whereas this one over here is putting up stacks of erosion on me.
Rags, I'm so sorry.
The new dog will find you wanted.
Alright. We're actually just going to go ahead and GG. One, because we're 30 seconds to enrage. Two, it's just kind of wasting time. This is post-warrior patch? No, none of that has gone live. Oh, I understand. I get it now. Ha. Well, it's not that you're going to go down. You just don't do any damage anymore.
You won't exist. I'm out of soup. No, my soup.
And you're now a flag bearer class, where you just carry banners around 24/7. That's fun, right?
On the bright side, it'll be amazing to capture the flag.
What, are they gonna nerf warrior? No, I wouldn't call what they did a nerf. I would call it that they gutted the class. And not just like, oh no, woe is them, berserker is bad now. No, it's warrior.
Glorious combination of skill.
Make sure everyone. Okay.
I've already risen above the Cardinals of water and fire.
Oh, be careful, you'll have super speed.
No more than chess.
Meeting up at Spiral this time. Then everyone after that is
This is getting serious.
at Star. Shapes are hard for me.
Another.
So glad you learned shapes.
Dude, I go to school in America. You think I have an education system?
Fair enough, I didn't know.
Protected. A wonderful combination. I'm fast as the wind. Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Nar, reminder that your healer is the tank, so if you ever want heals, you do have to kind of come over to me. Head to your marker.
What are you talking about? My Moa F1 merge is a heal.
Sharper still. Glorious combination of skill.
Alright, we're phasing out of the hitbox, out of the hitbox.
The balance is outworn.
Meeting up at Star.
Can we stay?
My side's fine. Be in that bubble.
Is power. Beautiful blend of talents. Protected. Sharp blade, sharp mind.
So you'll try to move it halfway. And then all the way. Typically what I do is I'll pre-move it. So like for example, the only ones that you're really able to block are the ones that knock us down, kind of.
We heal as one.
Sharper still. A wonderful combination.
Actually, that's wrong. You can still block the erosion ones. But like if the hand's at like 10%, I usually move it. Are gonna res you in time? No.
Protected.
Alright, that is our bubble.
Slice him up. Sharp blades. Sharp.
Glorious combination of skill.
Out of the hitbox.
When one alone can command the
We're
power.
meeting at star. Now, you're gonna have to watch and try and dodge any of the knockback ones. That's gonna be the ones at arrow and the one at heart.
Barrier up. Good luck.
The Mechanist bubble should cover one of them.
I don't have the bubble.
Yep. So, dodge. Nice. Get ready. Dodge. Dodge. Oh, we had a bubble anyway.
You're welcome.
No.
Dodge. There you guys should be good. I'm gonna need 2 of you to merge next time, so don't worry about it right now.
That feels better.
Head to your marker. Alright, we have a hidden enrage timer now. And that's before I die. I would save any form of bubbles till that next hand comes. I think it's actually at 10%. Head to your marker.
Here it is.
Oh, what's up, other hand? Go ahead and put bubble up.
Barrier up. Good luck.
There's one to remember
Glorious
me by.
combination of skill.
You idiots! You've ruined
Just keep DPSing. Head to your marker.
everything to earth. All others choke.
And good job.
I died at the bottom there because I couldn't bounce back up because you guys killed the boss and the platform escape. Classic.
Did anyone have any Adina questions
Stop being evasive.
before we move on to Sabir?
My burst is not like it.
Of course. A lesser Jin
For what I
cannot
thought I had a
openly
strategy
inherit the
for
Cardinals'
Heolak,
power to
'cause
enter the city.
you're technically far away.
Mhm.
Is my Alak decent?
Yeah.
Would you
It comes out of your
prefer
mech, and your mech's on the boss.
go straight to
Yeah,
the
pretty
beat,
much. So I was like
or with wild
far
Odyssey,
away from the boss as much as I
destroying
could.
all in its
Besides
path?
like chaining my one auto attack on the mace. Other than that,
Quickness was a little low. It looks like just due to stacking though.
yeah.
Because me and you were both.
I'm
One's the
assuming
tank.
you were a kiter. I was the
Yeah,
tank. Yeah.
exactly.
And our stacking was actually just abysmal. Why should one dev play 9 professions when 2 are I think my favorite thing that came out of a certain post that I'm not allowed to mention how I know this knowledge because of what server we're in, but
Oh,
a dev said that Wing 1 was a 3 out of 4 in terms of difficulty.
what?
I
don't think he was saying that.
I can druid well in Wing 1. It is not that hard.
Does he mean for new players? Does he mean in
I
general?
think he meant in general.
Okay, that's just ridiculous.
Even for new players, I would
Wing 1 is one of the easy
VG can be
disagree with
challenging.
that, of all the Heart of Thorns.
Yeah, of all of them, Wing 2 and Wing 3, I would say.
Alright, so just kill these wisps. You'll notice that you get a special action key. It just teleports you to a location, gives you CC. Man, this fight's gonna be more annoying without a warrior.
Can I do the wisps and have my mech be on the boss? My mace can kill the wisps, right?
What's
Or
the
do we not?
range?
That's a great question. Let's
Like,
try
how
this.
far can you get away from a
Right.
target before
It's hitting the
he
wisp
just
right
like
now.
runs back to you? Oh, okay.
Look, how's that distance?
You would need to be further away.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah. I don't know if a
That's
different
doable.
platform is gonna glitch it out, but you should be fine.
Okay.
Depending on how you get to the platform, if you glide or jump, your mech's gonna disappear. and
Wait,
port with
Eng, you're my healer. No, you can't do it.
Oh yeah, right. I just
You
realized
need-
that.
Like, you can CC the
Never
wisp,
mind.
but you need to kill it.
I guess if at the very end we have a lot of wisp on our platform, I'm gonna just put my bubble up if I could.
Yeah.
We also have 2 warriors. Isn't warrior typically the person that
So,
kills the wisp?
Warrior does it because they often bring maces when they do banners for good CC. And so, what's really nice about Warrior is they can build up their special action key, charge up, or have Decapitate or whatever, or full adrenaline. Teleport or swap to maces, teleport on top of the wisps, which because mace GG. Because mace often runs sigil of paralyzation, it's enough to just instantly break the CC bar.
I see.
And then they just decapitate it and it dies. That's why Warriors is really good at doing it. However, do either of our Warriors have offhand maces on them? Without, I believe it like guts your. Oh, okay. Have you ever done or wisps before? All right, then today's a great day to learn. But I'm not even going to explain what that is yet because it's in the final phase, and don't worry about it. So this is Sabir. Sabir is technically a toughness-based fight. However, it's very unique in the fact that we actually all want to get hit by this guy. The reason is his attacks do like a cone cleave attack that are going to give us a charge of our special action key. What that special, or give you a stack of a boon, and then once you're at 5 stacks, you get your special action key. What's nice about this is while you have this stack, at max stacks you are taking 10% more damage, but you're also dealing 10% more. So it's actually really nice for us all to get hit by this. Also, you'll have a special action key. So we're just going to be standing right here, all face tanking the boss. After a brief moment, he is going to have a CC bar. While he has the CC bar, he is going to be pushing us away from him. What you are going to want to do is use your special action key to teleport right on top of him to try and break this CC bar. You want to be a little bit in front of him, not for right now, but for later in the fight. If you teleport behind him and then he pushes you away, that could get you killed. So just try and practice staying on the same half of the arena. Additionally, during this phase, there's going to be like a little triangle of bolts that you have to dodge coming out of him. That if you get hit by it, it just tries to push you off the platform. It's not that big of a deal. So once we get him to, or after we break the CC bar, we have to spread out. Damage will happen, and then we run back in, stack, beat him up till he's at 80%. After we get him to 80%, he is going to just dip out of the fight, at which point we chase after him, killing wisps. We'll get to a long platform similar to this. It's just going to look exactly like this, but there's going to be a red tornado. Don't touch it or it kills you. And then we... one second. Alright, sorry. I forgot I'm cooking tonight, and someone's running to the store for me, so that's awesome. Where was I?
You talk about the platforms after 80%.
Oh, yeah. So, after we get past the red tornado, you're going to jump up just like you do in pre-event, and the fight continues. At 75%, a new mechanic that's... Well, in this platform, there's little tornadoes that kind of follow these paths on the ground, so they're going to go like this. Just around the room. If you hit them, it removes all stacks of your special action key, which is very sad, and you have to re-get it. And it also launches you up in the air. At 75%, he is going to do a shockwave, which downstates every single person on who's on the ground. What you're going to want to do is run over to one of those tornadoes, hop in the updraft, glide for a little bit, and then once it finishes destroying the platform, then you come back and continue on with your life. One thing that's really helpful to do is you have that special action key, hopefully, and you're going to lose it from touching that updraft, so you can actually just special action key right onto a tornado to instantly get up. Other ways to handle this, but we will do it the intended way. Any questions about Shockwave? Alright. That's pretty much the only mechanic that is added during this fight. And we're going to ready check, because the second one's going to be a little bit of a hang of it for us usually, and the third adds pretty much the rest of the mechanics, because a lot happens in there. Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
The fracas is finished. You're wasting your time and
So stack up super tight. I want you all in the same location. Real good name, I want you closer to me. Alright, this is the CC phase. CC, you can also use any of your own CC. That works too. Try not to get hit by that thing, and try not to dash through him. Spread out. Pick your friend up.
Back on my feet. It hurts, doesn't it?
Is this rift thing above my head bad?
That means that you have special action key.
Oh.
Well, it means you're charging your special action key.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah. You're just gaining stacks. It's just a visual to let you know without having to look at your boon bar.
Okay, good to know.
So don't run into that red tornado or it'll instantly kill you.
Sounds like fun. I'm gonna do it.
I was tired of living anyways.
A wonderful combination.
Who wants to live forever?
Alright, if you took massive damage during that phase, just watch out for the red AoEs in the ground. Alright, so stacking up tightly on me. At 75%, there is going to be a shockwave. Alright, get updraft, updraft, updraft. So, how you tell that from now on is there's a ring that happens. You'll hear a little da-doot. Alright, this is CC again. Try to avoid any of the tornadoes because it will take away your CC bar, or CC special action key. Use any additional ones, or additional CCs you might have. Alright, spread out. We're gonna have a shockwave here soon.
Rocket punch.
There it is, updraft. As soon as that shockwave is done killing the platform, you can just land. You don't take fall damage in this wing, which is nice. Alright, so I will give you a brief explanation that way you can kind of see what's going on in this. At 55%, there is going to be a giant tornado, and we're going to slowly move around the platform in the cardinal positions, so northeast, south, and west.
Hey, cardinal position.
Exactly. Occasionally, I may yell at you to go to corners. There'll be like a safety bubble in 2 of the 4 corners that you'll need to run to. And that's about it for now. I won't even worry about wisps. We're not going to do wisps this fall.
Glorious combination of skill.
So this giant tornado is coming. Make sure you stack tightly updraft.
I was getting pulled off.
Yep, you have to be up in the air. So that's that giant tornado. If you touch it, it will actually just straight up kill you. Alright, this is going to be a group CC. At one point, I will call for us all to use our special action keys.
Protected. How'd that feel?
3, 2, 1, use it. CC? Nice. Spread out. Group up on me. Alright, corners.
One thing I will mention is don't dash through the boss when you do the group CC, because you can dash right into the tornado.
Exactly.
That's what I
Group
did.
up on me.
Protected.
Done it many times.
I feel bad about the fact that I did it.
Right. Let's go ahead and GG, because we've now seen all the new mechanics, and I'll explain them all. So that first one, at 55%, there is that big tornado. As Stack said, actually Eng said, you want to make sure that whenever we are doing a CC phase, you land right in front of the boss. That whole AoE, or whole circle, is enough to CC him, so you don't actually have to land on top of him. If you land behind him, you'll just get yeeted into the death tornado.
Oh, we lost one.
Oh. Alright, we will continue with the explanation, and then we'll find a new person. The next
We lost
mechanic...
the other virtuoso.
Okay. The next mechanic that he does is a group CC. So what this is, or actually the next mechanic that he does are wisps. If you guys ever noticed that you were suddenly taking a lot of damage and like it was always difficult to move, like your character would just be stutter stepping, that is what the wisps here do. So they shoot little electric bolts that micro stun you and do some damage. They're really not that big of a deal until a bunch of them start massing up, which is why we like to get on top of, or be on top of killing them. Because eventually I'll call out for corners, there might be like 6 wisps up, and they'll start micro stunning you and you can't head to your corner. And you just end up feeling sad as you die. So for my warrior, what you're going to do is I'll call out wisps will spawn, and they spawn at 45%. Yeah, it's 45, not 50. And what you're going to do is wait for your special action key to charge up, because you don't have to do it right away. You'll then swap to your maces and go and use your special action key to teleport right on top of the Wiz. Don't use an updraft to head over there, or you'll lose that CC. You'll then break it, and then you can just... Actually, I think you can then just easily kill it. Is it X5 that easily kills it, or Decapitate? Either one. It dies super easily afterwards. I think it's X5. You can then just glide over to us and continue on with fighting. Everyone else, the next mechanic that you see is going to be the group CC phase. What this is it's a very fast recharging break bar. So we need 7 people to all use their special action key at once to instantly break it. 6 can do it if you instantly use some CC afterwards. So you'll use your special action key and then use your best CC skill right afterwards. That way you can, or that way we can break it in case maybe not everyone has it. I'm going to be looking out to call it. I know people have special action key when your name is glowing yellow. That means that you have it. So as soon as I see 7, I'm going to do a countdown and we'll do it. Alright, his last mechanic is corners. 2 of these corners over here are going to have a bubble over that you need to head. The bubble's a little misleading. You can actually be over. It's actually a cylinder above it, but you'll want to drop whatever you're doing and head over there. Additionally, if you have special action key, you can just teleport over there. Any questions? As that is the whole fight. Alright, then we wait. How's everyone enjoying the Cardinals?
These are pretty fun.
I don't like Adina. Kept interrupting my burst, and that is what I play Sylvie's for.
Is it the Raid Wing with the twin loggers?
No, that is 6. After this is Kadim the Peerless, or QTP. Which unfortunately we're not going to do QTP, because it requires massively different roles. So like for example...
Longbow Kite or Soul Beast on QTP, right?
What?
There's Kite... Doesn't it need Kite and Soul Beast Longbows are off?
There might be a kiting Soul Beast build. I've never heard of it.
But I know there is one. I don't remember if it's for Q1 or QTP.
It's Q1.
Ah, okay.
Pylon kiting revolves around you needing to have 2 teleports.
Oh, so...
There's classes that can do it without it. For example, Elementalist only has 1 teleport, but they swap to, or they run staff and then they fire 4 backwards to where they need to go, and then teleport back. Unless they're already in VC.
I don't think so. There's only 9 in here.
Jeffy boy.
Wait, so is this wing just Sabina, Sabir, and then Kadim?
That it is. Well, it's also gate, if you count that.
That doesn't give me ally, but yes.
Yeah, but
So,
it also
all
has,
the-
and it's also its own instance. So, for example,
True.
what people will also do is they'll just complete gates, and then when you load into the wing next, you skip all the RP and having to kill all the stuff at the beginning.
The pug said that he's coming. Does he know which VC to join?
Well,
Yep.
I mean, there's only one VC with people in it.
Cool.
I meant like
Awesome.
Discord. I meant. I didn't
Yeah,
know
it's the squad join message.
makes sense.
All right, so this is Adina or Sabir. What this is going to look like is you're just going to stack on arrow, and while you're there, you're going to get hit by the boss, but it's going to give you stacks of the special action key. The special action key is a teleport, but it is also a CC. So shortly after we begin the fight, there will be a CC phase where he'll push you away. Try not to get hit by any of those knockback red triangles. And then you just use special action key to land on top of Sabir to CC him. You also want to use any additional CCs that you have, but he's pushing you away, so it's a little difficult. At 80%, he's going to leave. We'll chase after him. On one of the platforms, just like you see behind us, there's going to be a bunch of tornadoes. Do not touch the red tornado, as it will instantly kill you. We'll then follow him to a platform that looks just like this. The new thing that's added are those tornadoes that are going to go around the room, just like in this pattern. All they do is they throw you up in the air and remove your special action key. So you'll want to avoid touching them unless the next mechanic happens, which is Shockwave. An earthen ring will shoot out from him. You'll also kind of hear a sound to indicate this, at which point you need to head to an updraft. You can use your special action key to instantly teleport there, or you can run there. It'll throw you up, and then you just land back and keep DPSing the boss. At 60%, they are going to dip out again, and we'll follow after them to the final platform. A lot is added to the final platform, so I'll just explain what you need to worry about. We're going to be standing on where arrow is there. DPSing the boss. At 55%, a red tornado is going to take up a quarter of the platform and slowly revolve around him. We are just going to always be behind it and just rotate in between north, east, south, and west. At one point, there will be a CC bar where he's not pushing you backwards. This is a group CC. I'll call out for us to use our special action key at the same time, so that way we can continue the fight. The last mechanic he has is corners. At some point you'll hear a charging whoosh sound, and at 2 of the 4 corners there will be a bubble that you have to run to not die. And that's pretty much it. You can use your special action key to teleport over there as well. Do you have any questions? I'll also be giving callouts during the fight. I'll do a ready check. If you have no questions, then press ready. If not, then feel free to ask them.
It's also a lot the first time you do it, but it makes sense
Yeah,
as you go.
what's really nice about this fight is it does ramp up, so there's not a lot of mechanics, then a medium amount, and then, oh my god, that's a lot of mechanics at the end. But yeah, so running in 3, 2, 1, here we go. I want you guys stacked up as tightly as you can around me, that we all get the special action key. Alright, so this is that CC. Use your special action key to dash on top of him. And any other CC you might have. So we're going to need to spread out after this. Also, try not to dash so that way you end up on the back side of him. That'll get you killed in the later end when there's the tornado. So stack up tightly again, that way we get that special action key.
Sharper still.
Alright.
I can lose when I can acquiesce to the inevitable and survive.
Now we chase after him. Watch out for the red circles that the wisps cast. They do a lot of damage.
Protected.
If you ever fall off, there are updrafts to try to get back.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
But it's also not guaranteed that you get back.
That's refreshing.
Cool Eng, you missed the updraft if you fell all the way to the floor.
I did. I'm alive though. I'm gonna try to get there.
You're about to die.
You can't stop me.
Take that.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Alright, stack up on me. So, at 75%, we're going to have our first shockwave.
Another.
Your shockwave, updraft, updraft, updraft.
Standing. Barely.
Pick our friends up.
Glorious. Bits refreshing.
There's an electrifying.
Okay, this is CC.
No.
After this, we'll have to spread out.
Blade storm.
Alright, spread out.
This is getting serious. Sharper still. A wonderful combination.
Updraft. Pick our friends up.
Assistance.
The first to join the winning side wins the
Alright,
greatest
nice.
rewards.
We're heading to the last phase.
Sharper still. Fury rising.
Don't touch the red tornado. If you need to glide a little around it, you're totally welcome to do that. Alright, and continuing. Stack up on me. I want you very close to me because a tornado is about to spawn in 3%.
You cannot win
Updraft.
against this impending tempest.
Pick our friend up quickly. This is a group CC event.
Blow away from here.
So hold on to your CC. Try not to get hit by any updrafts. We're rotating. 3, 2, 1, use it.
You'll be feeling that one for days.
Spread out.
I was in some deep trouble there.
Pick your friends up.
Need help here.
Pick up Moose as your only healer.
Up to our corners.
Cone.
Alright, let's go ahead and GG.
I'm wounded.
Very good attempt.
If it helps people with when the updraft is coming, there's a big pulsing red circles under his feet that go out, and he also starts spinning.
Yeah. I forgot about the clockwise spin. Give me more channel points. Watch me more. Thank you, Shadow, for the sub. Is this so that way you can get me to play Firebrand faster? Either way, I appreciate it quite a bit. Alright, we'll do a ready check. Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
The fracas is finished. You're wasting your time and mine.
Glorious combination of skill.
Sharper still. That feels better.
Push against fate and hasten your pain.
CC? Spread out.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Why
Job
should I
stacking
fight
tightly.
enemies when I can acquiesce to the inevitable and survive?
Another.
Protected. Glorious combination of skill.
Watch out for the red tornado.
I am mighty.
That feels better.
Maximum pain.
Make sure we pick them up. Good job. 1% till updraft. Updraft. Pick our friend up. Yeah, you have to be fully in the air. If you're in the tornado but it still hasn't heated you upward, it's still gonna kill you.
Another.
Glory rising.
Good job on spreading out.
That feels better.
Updraft. Updraft. Pick our friend up.
Glorious combination of skill.
And we phase.
The winning side reaps the greatest rewards.
That's the first time I did that, and I felt really cool. I teleported to a updraft, like as we phased, and so I didn't have to wait for the thing to spawn to get to the next platform. Like uber marginal, but it felt cool.
You shaved your character so you went faster. That's speedrun tactics right there.
Alright, remember stack up extremely tightly on me. If you're ever finding yourself trying to DPS and you're hit by these tornadoes, then you're not stacking tightly enough.
For the record,
Updraft. Pick our friend up. Alright, this is group CCs. Save your special action key. Oh, someone got yeeted. Remember, stack tightly, and we're rotating now.
History is mine. You're finished.
3, 2, 1, use it. Spread out.
Through.
And we're moving right here. Corners.
My choices, and I will cripple you.
Pick our friend up. Yeah, it's not in every corner.
Back on my feet.
You have to look around for a little bubble. We're moving over here. Wisps are here. So wait, updraft. Updraft. So for my warrior, wait till you have a special action key, and you'll swap to maces and head over there. Oh, you're already over there. Cool. Perfect. Rotate. This is a group CC, so 3, 2, 1, use it. Spread out. Pick our friend up. Stack right here. After this, our next wisp is up.
Cone, cone, cone.
So head over there when you get special action key. Watch out for the tornado. Rotating.
Question my choices, and I will push against fate and
This is
hasten your
free
pain.
CC, so use it as you get it, but be careful of the tornado. Alright, our warrior is dead. We're just going to ignore whiffs from now on, and hopefully it doesn't punish us.
Pain everywhere. Glorious combination of skill.
That's the first time I've ever done that. Alright, you're down a healer. Stack up tightly on circle. Or head to corners.
Corners.
Stack up on square. Updraft.
Updraft.
Alright, you need to save them. Alright, stack up on circle. You'll need to pick up everyone you can. Try to... do not use reflex yet. Alright, this is going to be a GG. Really good attempt. So if anyone's wondering why it's a GG, even though it's at 6%, the thing I didn't explain about that group CC phase is he gains a stack for however long he's in there. And what that stack does is he does 5% increased damage and he takes 5% less damage. So at 20 stacks, you physically cannot damage him, and he does double damage. At which point you are going to wipe, unless you CC that bar. Very good attempt, though. Oh, we pulled. Let's go ahead and GG.
Dial points. I GG'd and I landed on a platform.
Yeah. They micro stun and also do that red AoE that you can kind of watch out for.
Do the mech bubble help in that last phase?
Yes and no. So the reason I didn't call out to use it was you needed a CC, and it destroys all projectiles, including Sabir's, which builds up your special action key.
I see.
Alright. And yeah, I'll let you know if the slot opens, Shadow.
Another.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
The fracas is finished. You're wasting your time and mine.
Glorious combination of skill.
Push against fate and
CC?
hasten your pain.
Sharper still. Slice him apart.
Stack up tighter. We had some people die when that tornado spawned. You really... So the reason we're stacking this tight, one is for so we all get special action key. Two, there's a very particular position you have to stand, and it's directly in those cardinal positions. That way you don't get hit by any of the tornadoes, that way you don't have to deal with any other mechanics or anything. Watch out for the red tornado. And here we go, phase 2.
Protected. Slice him apart. Sharper still.
Updraft.
Get your friend up.
This is free CC. Use it as you get it. Alright, group back up.
A wonderful combination.
Updraft.
Updraft.
Pick them up.
The first to join the winning side reaps the greatest rewards.
Alright, good job.
Blade storm. You're finished.
CC? Alright, I don't know why I call that CC. You don't actually have to CC them.
Do it anyways.
I
Practice.
I just like zoned out for a second there. I saw a blue bar and I was like, yes, this is the thing we must do.
If you yelled out cones, I'd be even more confused.
Glorious combination of
Just
skill.
like pull a clam and scream that I missed my green.
As we started the fight.
No, and you're just like, what green? This is severe. Alright, so we're gonna have tornado spawning now. Updraft.
Updraft.
I feel weak.
Tornado is now here. Question mark? Is that 50%?
Sharper still.
CC.
Protected.
3, 2, 1, use it.
We are not your concern.
I might have mixed those two up. Or we got backlogged on those abilities. Rotate.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Corners.
You cannot move against the
Group up on me. Our first wisp is here.
Blade storm. Beautiful blend of talents.
Rotate.
You cannot win against
Updraft.
the impending tempest.
So yeah, you did get there where you just come back. So we have to wait.
Boost, it's you.
Rotate. 3, 2, 1, use it.
Still standing. Barely.
Okay, we have 2 wisps up now.
That'll silence you.
Corners. Not this corner. Do not go to this corner. I'm going down.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Pick him up. For the tornado.
You won't be able to.
Push against fate and hasten your pain.
We have a lot of wisps up.
Protected.
This is free CC, use it as you get it.
I did the tornado again. Oh.
Alright, let's go ahead and GG. Because we can now no longer beat the fight. Season, my dude. Welcome to the stream and thank you for the sub. How are you doing? Wait, no, you don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. Have I actually been streaming 3 months? Oh my god. Thank you for the tier 3 sub, bud. Alright. Let's go ahead and give it another pull. Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
The ruckus is finished. You're wasting your time and mine.
Oh, one thing I forgot to add for my warrior is if we have a group CC and
his name is John C.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. If we have a group CC and you need to go do whist, that's fine. We'll be fine without you.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Stack it up, pick this person up.
That feels better. Fury rising.
Why should I fight and lose when I can acquiesce to the inevitable and survive?
Dodge this. Another.
Lost one of our warriors.
We will continue. Actually, it's a little early. Let's just go ahead and GG. Yeah, this is one of my favorite fights. It's so fun. It's really fluid. The CM's actually interesting. What pull are you on for the boss? Let me check. I think this is only like our 5th pull or something. We got here at 2:10, and it's almost 3, so we're like 50 minutes in, plus double explanation, because one guy stayed for 1 pull, left, and then our pug didn't know the fight, so I explained it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pulls. Oh, the first one doesn't count, because someone accidentally pulled the boss. Alright. Here we go.
The ruckus is finished. You're wasting your time and mine.
A wonderful combination.
But yeah, you guys have seen the whole fight. It's just trying to get the kill.
Push against fate and hasten your
Another.
See?
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Spread out.
I'm fast
Does
as
hitting
the
him
wind.
during CC give him barrier?
What?
Why should I fight and lose when I can acquiesce to the inevitable and survive?
Does hitting him during CC phase give you barrier?
Give him
Give
barrier. Give severe barrier. It looks like it does, but
I don't think it does. I've never heard
he's
of that.
gaining barrier, I don't know where from.
I think he gains a barrier because you're supposed to just CC him. Oh, it does? Gotcha. I've actually never heard of that.
Fury rising.
I didn't know if it was a like timing, like we were taking too long thing, or if it was.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
You cannot win against
Updraft?
the
Updraft.
impending tempest. Push against fate
wonderful
and
combination.
hasten your pain.
CC.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
It's probably just, and then the barrier goes away afterwards. Just because some classes need to deal damage to CC. So they don't want to make him invulnerable to damage. Yeah, because he loses it right afterwards.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Updraft?
Updraft.
Again, with the impending tempest phase, he really likes
Beautiful
her.
blend of talents.
To join the winning side,
Can I teleport past the shockwave and ignore it?
Yeah, if you ever want to feel cool, you can dodge that Wait, do you mean the severe shockwave?
Yeah, just like use my teleport to flip right past it, like you can do on Harvest Temple.
Yes, I didn't
Refreshing.
explain
Like
it because the
energized.
timing is very tight. But yes, you can use special action key or like any thief teleports or anything like that. It has to exactly be a teleport, it can't be a dash.
Nice.
Beautiful blend
In
of
fact, that's
talents.
what the speedrunners do. Or they just chain updraft. Or the other way is you just bring 2 DPS Tempests and they just rebound. Although you can't do that anymore because now you would need 4 Tempests. Come over here, come over here. Stack extremely tightly. This is a group CC. 3, 2, 1, use it. Rotate.
Give up yet?
Corners.
Glorious combination of skill.
Pick them up quickly, quickly. Away from the tornado, away from the tornado. Group up on square. Our first wisp is here. Updraft.
Pick him up.
Oops.
Fury rising.
This is a group CC. Our wisps are still up. There's now 2. 3, 2, 1, use it. Spread out.
I can't go on for long.
Use barrier or
Glorious
signet if you can to save us. Corners.
Cones.
Corners. Next wisp is up as soon as you get special action key.
Slice them apart.
This is free CC. Use it as you get it.
Sharper still. Feel my wrath.
We heal as one.
Pick them up.
Fury rising.
Question my choices,
Corners.
I will cripple you.
Stack up on circle.
I'm the Cardinal of Air. You cannot kill me.
You okay, Moose? Oh no, I'm not okay.
Sharper still.
Pick them up.
Should be asking that about
Rotate.
yourself.
Protected.
Good job. Yeah, I accidentally double tap evaded, and it was into
I saw
a
that.
normal updraft, but I didn't see that there was a normal updraft there. I thought it was just the big tornado, and I just gasped that I died.
I saw the, I heard the gas. I was like, is he going for the red one? Oh god.
I just like that though. Are you okay, Moose? Immediately goes down.
Yeah, because I had to like.
Yeah, I was
muted.
greeting. If you time it correctly with your updraft, you don't even have to glide. And I greeted too hard. But yeah, good job. That is Cardinals. Let me pull up the logs. I can
Completely
review
unrelated.
them.
Look at this dinky short bow I just got. It's so small.
It is a short bow.
You're right.
Is it on your stream?
That would define it.
It is on my stream, but he also just linked it.
Well, I want to watch you explain it.
Oh, I thought you meant the short bow.
No, I meant like the stream, like the review of the logs. I don't care about that short bow.
Don't
Sorry,
care about
Turtle.
my short bow? I can't believe it.
Sorry, Turtle,
You've hurt me.
but not
I
sorry.
can never forgive you.
Alright.
I can live with that.
I
For anyone that doesn't care about looking at the logs, I am calling it here.
The pylon, the fountain,
We're not doing QTP.
it's all connected
I may a different week, but it requires a completely different composition.
You tamper with energy.
And so I'm not going to
But I do understand ley lines.
try and get
Use
everyone
this
together
flux
for that.
disruptor on the pylons. It'll break Kadim's connection to them.
I will not see Jin weaknesses exploited by you inside our own home. The fate of Jin is not for outsiders to determine.
Give me
We're
one
ready to
second.
do whatever it takes to defeat Kadim and save all the Jinn. Are you?
Our power is only meant to be handled by Jin.
There's not too much I can go over for these, because it's kind of just pass or fail with these. But we can look at how bad this stacking was on Adina.
As long as his stolen
Moose, I
power
hope you're
channels
proud
to
of
me.
me.
If
Finally
the
got
city
it.
is lost,
Got what?
I'll ensure the
Finally got it.
infection won't
Commander's
spread
command.
beyond.
Hey! That you can play the game.
Now I can make squads and not have people leave, even though I'm experienced in wings 1 through 4.
What made me get my commander's tag is when I was getting into endgame content, and I was learning how to druid, so I really wanted to practice my druid, right? And it was for strikes. So I put up a group description for doing this. Some dude joins, takes comm, and then is like, I'm druid, or my friend's druid, and kicks me. And I was like, what the hell? Didn't give me an option to DPS. Was just like, no, you're out of here.
Just make your own squad at that point. Like,
we were 6 out of 10 filled. So,
You are an abomination.
yeah.
that's,
And a
ugh.
disappointment.
I don't like my gold now though.
Don't sway no longer, King.
Alright, so I'm now, if anyone wants to follow along, it is in the NA channel of the Discord, but I'll also be have it on stream. So, mechanics. Not too much to look at. Oh, this is severe. Mechanics. There's not too much to look at. The only thing would be I. That's if you looked at Adina and didn't run to your pylon, you get blinded. It's really not the biggest of deal. The blind over here is from if you touch quicksand. Just be mindful of it a little bit. Curse, outside of just having the rev bubble up all the time, there's not a lot of ways to predict it, but 16 isn't that bad. So we'll look at boons.
Oh no.
Might's a little low
Oh, yeah.
overall. Partly that's just because I don't stack too much might as a heal scrapper. Secondly, it's because that quickness, for example, I had 97% quickness uptime, but my sub had 61. Alacrity, a little bit better, but this is the main issue we had with Adina. Is if I come over here to the combat replay, and we watch it on ×2 speed. Look at how spread out we are for boons. Who's my quick brand? The only fire brand. So for example, Forever, you're not giving any quickness to any of these people over here. For example, and then also like these Mesmers and the Mechanist over here. The Mechanist might be, but nobody over here, back up by the north, is getting any quickness from me because we're stacking so poorly. Even this warrior, who I'm guessing is not pillar kiting, is not getting a pillar because he's so far, or might get a pillar because he's so far away. Looks like he actually was pillar kiting. Didn't get it, so. But yeah, if you just look at how unorganizedly spread out we are, that's the reason our boons are so far, or our boon uptime is so low. Alright. And then there's DPS. We weren't that close to Enrage, so it's really not that much. DPS is a little low, just in general. Look at phase damage. Phase is a little bit better. I would have everyone shoot for like 15k for your phase damage. If you were a DPS and you're a little lower than that, maybe work on your rotations. I can help with some. Actually, I'll be honest, none of these I can help with. If you played Ellie, I could help. There is a channel in in Muck's Discord for the Build Wars channel, or even just the Guild Wars discussion, where someone can help you with your DPS rotation. There's plenty of angry mesmers that can help you play Virtuoso. I mean angry from the balance patch, not they're actually pretty nice people. Meraki, thank you for the follow. Alright, did anyone have any Adina questions?
How much time do you have before she kills you with the blind?
The
Because I
blind?
was really slow at reacting to that. Like, we have to turn around.
It just does some damage. It's not a damage over time. There's
No,
an
because like
explosion
usually it just kills me. It happened a couple of times, and I was like, I'm usually really slow to react to it. So I was wondering how much time do I have to react?
Typically what I do is, as soon as I hear her yelling at me about going to a pillar, I just run to my pillar with my back turned. The more you raid, the more I recommend this, is just go into your game settings and just turn up dialogue volume up a little bit. That way you can hear the boss's indicator. I also just like hearing voices in mine. And then also always turn up effects volume. If you're having trouble hearing, you'll hear the da-doot thing. Where can I see the patch notes for Warrior? Check Guild Wars website and how much ANET hates you as a Warrior player. I do feel so bad for all the Warrior players. And anyone who's not a Virtuoso Mesmer.
Oh yeah, it's like, you put the crit chance on Virtuoso? That seems stupid.
All the crit chance changes work out really well for 6 of the 9 classes. The 3 that just got trolled in order, only Virtuoso gets it on Mesmers, which is really just silly. The second most troll is Ellie only gets it in Air Attunement, which is really dumb. And the most troll one is if you
Warrior
want crit
getting a
chance
Condi?
if you want crit chance as Warrior, you have to take the Condi trait line, which is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Alright, but going back to the logs.
Okay.
Did anyone have any more Adina questions? Alright. Moving on to Sabir, it's pretty much a pass or fail. I'll be honest, there's nothing in this mechanic outside of, the big tornado, you got hit by it, or shockwave, you got hit by it, which, honestly, only 2 people for shockwave, one of which being myself. Completely fine. Arena AoE, that's from all those wisps shooting out and just general AoE on the floor. Actually, arena-wide AoE, I think that's corners. Because we had somebody go down to corners. But yeah. Might still a little low, but we also just have... Sub 2 is just bad at stacking it. I need to learn Mechanist to make a comment about 19, but 19 isn't really that bad. I usually aim for 20 in my sub when I tell people how to heal.
Is it on heal mech?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought heal mech did 15.
Heal mech can do a good amount, but it relies on the mech and everybody not running out of its circle.
Yeah,
but on that fight, I could see it a bit. Yeah.
I know it can do 25, but you're also in a raid setting, so I always say shoot for 20.
Yeah,
but
19's pretty good for that fight.
I was garbage at my quickness. Oh my god, what was I doing? For Forever, you did a lot better than me. You're actually pretty fine on that. Overall, a little low. We had no, the warrior that low stack was in my sub, so that wouldn't be a thing for it. Just probably general chaos for that. Alacrity's on the lower end, but still looks alright. How bad was our stacking?
For the last phase, I fell off the platform again, but I managed to get back up, so got hit by the shockwave. So there was like a downtime of like 15 seconds when I wasn't there.
But look better there. And I'll watch this on 8 times speed.
Yeah, you're also only looking at the first phase when there's like no chaos.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably just from all the spreading out, but moving on to phase 3. We have some people that just like to stack behind group. Try not to do that. The reason for that is, like, for my Mesmer that's back here. One, you're in the path of the updraft, so that's throwing you up in the air and making it real hard for you to DPS. Two, classes like Firebrand give their boons in a cone in front of them, so if either he has to run way behind you, and then he probably misses some of the group, or you're just not getting quickness. Were you in that sub? You're actually in my sub, which is why you had some quickness, but it's still a little low in compared to mine. Meaning that there were times that you just weren't with me. But yeah, I would say if there's anything you guys should work on, it's really paying attention to where the group is in a fight. That way you're stacking really tight. Alright, does anyone have any questions? Alright.
Does the area thing insta kill you, or is it just a down?
The corners?
Yeah, the corners.
Yeah, it
Because I
just
did
downs
die
you.
one time because the tornado came in on the corner.
It downs you. For example, I went down when I went to this corner one pole and then saw the tornado was right here and was like, I am not making this, so I played my life and just went down, stayed over here.
Okay, so if that happens again, I should just eat the AoE and hope the tornado doesn't kill me.
Yeah. So for example, let's say the tornado was right here at Arrow and I'm right here. I immediately just run here, because that's pretty much as far as I'm going to get. And then it has to go half of rotation before it's going to kill me. And hopefully your team saves you. But the better answer is just you look around when corners happen and head to the correct corner. But yeah, thank you guys.